room, get in the room, get in the room.
Oh, yeah.
Because today we are going to be talking to you about utilizing AI for your designs, and not only that, but how you can position and utilize AI to help you design more, create more, post more, list more on your Etsy shop. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone, especially to those who were part of the Etsy Effect this Monday. First of all, I feel like we had so many of you all with us on Monday for our Etsy Effect, and I saw so many aha moments in the comments. I think it was such a transformative day.
It was. The energy was next level at this Etsy Effect.
You all brought the energy. You all were there, ready to make those changes. And today, we're going to be showing you a little bit of how you can utilize AI to work for you and how you can really streamline your design process with this. Now, one thing we always like to talk about is we really like to answer all of your questions. And I want to start out today by saying AI, we are at an inflection point with AI. It is one of those programs, and I feel like, and there's probably going to be a lot of people here that are like, I don't know about AI. I'm not sure about it. And you know what? I can't say that I'm not in the same boat with you.
Yeah, it's new. It's very new.
It is new, and I want you to put yourself in the mindset of how you felt when Google had just hit the scene, or when that new technology was at our fingertips. We were all, we were young, but I
Was
still
even born.
Yes, yes.
So funny.
But it was one of those times where people were like, I don't know, I don't trust it. And once again, I feel like we are at that point with AI. However, I want to help you, I guess, reposition your mindset around AI and how you can utilize it as a new tool to, like I said, really help you streamline the process of posting on Etsy. So I guess I have literally just lost my train of thought. Sadie, tell us how you like to utilize AI in your Etsy shop.
In my Etsy shop. First off, I'm thinking Etsy descriptions.
Yes.
I wrote my descriptions with AI. Of course, I didn't just use AI and copy and paste and go. Obviously, I wanted to add my own brand voice, make it sound like me, but I did use AI for descriptions.
But it is helping you streamline that process so that you don't have to go through and write every single thing, which is going to make it so much easier for you all. Now, I did want to point out, Megan said, we've also always grown up with movies where AI was the monster against us. Yes.
That's true.
I can see that. I 100% see that. But when we utilize it in a very smart way, it is a tool that helps us versus a tool that hurts us. I'm seeing comments, AI is my jam. Drop me a comment in the chat. Let me know, have you used AI? Have you not used AI? What is holding you back if you haven't? Mine was Facebook, wasn't sure how to work it and have everything at my fingertips. So we've all had these. Technology has been moving at lightning speed for the last 25 years.
Yeah.
And it's the amount that technology has grown and expanded in those 25 years is mind-blowing. But staying on top of that is what is going to position you better to help you create better, to help you learn how to post faster and things like that. So I'm wanting to check out Amber, use it in my 9-to-5 job, dabbled in AI, using Copilot, going okay. Tested AI only. Jerry says, I use AI all the time. Ideas, shop ideas, listings. Yes. So the potential with AI truly is the sky's the limit. So my personal experience, I think that, and this is just like I said, my personal experience, is when you are using AI. I like to utilize AI to get things done that I otherwise do not have the ability to use. So I'm sure we may have some artists, some true artists out there, and I can see and feel your pain. I have heard the argument. As an artist, I feel like AI is taking away from the human aspect of things, and I can see that. However, to reposition or reframe your thinking around AI, now if you are a true artist, you can charge a higher premium for your very own artwork.
That is true.
Versus a lower premium where someone may have utilized AI for certain aspects. What I like to do, I am not the type of person that puts an AI prompt in, generates an image, and just slaps it on something. I feel like although we are at this inflection point with this technology, that is not what we want to utilize AI for. We want to utilize AI to get bits and pieces that we can't find or can't create ourselves, and then plug those in. So we're using AI plus our brain to get the end result. And at that point is when you can tell, people can't tell, was this created with AI or was it not? I'm not sure. That is where you want to live. You do not want someone to look at your design and be like, oh, that's just an AI generated image.
I would never buy something if I knew it was generated with AI. I'd be like, okay.
but we can use this technology to our advantage and pull out bits and pieces that we want. And I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to do that today.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to get caught up on some of these comments. We have use it for editing pictures, daily work at the office. So yeah, with all of that being said, I think let's just go ahead and start playing around with it, because AI is one of those things, sometimes it does exactly what you want it to do, sometimes it does not. So I want to show you how you can position it to make it work for you. Now, once again, I want to make sure if we have people here from the Etsy Effect on Monday, if you have applied, but you did not get a time slot to talk with one of our amazing team members, Jenny, Katie, Amy, who is our other ones? Amy, Jenny, Katie, Jessica. If you haven't gotten a time slot for that, make sure that once you apply, you book a call with one of our team members. They are really going to help you see the vision of your Etsy shop and help you see where you want to go. So I'm going to have Brooks drop that link to apply. It is pinned at the top as well. If you haven't applied, go ahead and apply for Passive Earner Society. If you have not booked your call, make sure you get your call booked, because their calendars are getting filled up, very, very, very fast. And we want to make sure that you take this momentum from this week, from Etsy Effect on Monday, coaching yesterday, this AI class today. We want you to take all of this momentum and really put it towards your end goal, your vision, and your Etsy shop. So Andrea says today at 4. Kelly talked to Amy. I talked to Amy tonight. Can't wait. Should I have anything ready to make it better? Kelly, that is a great question. If you have any questions that you want to ask our team member, have those listed out so that they can answer them one-on-one. If you have specific things you want them to look at, have those ready so that you do get every minute out of your call and get all of that value out of that call. So make sure you check your email. Yes, creative kits. Anyway, y'all check your emails. They sent us tips and what to do before our calls. Absolutely, we did do that. But if you have not seen it, or maybe it went to spam, have your questions written out so that you can actually see them and visualize them, and you're not trying to remember what you wanted to ask. If you want them to take a look at your shop, have that ready for them to quickly take a look at for you. And I think it's going to be great. So let's go ahead and jump over to our share screen and let's talk about AI. So first off, I'm here in Etsy, and I have Etsy pulled up on Safari, but I also have it pulled up on Chrome, and you can see I've kind of been searching around because I wanted to show you all the difference with searching on Etsy in Chrome with the Everbee extension. Can't see, I think. Anyway, I want to show you the difference between searching on Etsy with the Everbee Chrome extension versus searching on Etsy just regularly. This is in Safari. So before I ever jump into AI to start designing, I'm always going to start on Etsy. Why do I start on Etsy? Because I want to see what is being sold right now, what people are clicking on to purchase, so that I have an idea of where my design is going. This is part of the research and design. We're not just gonna go flying blind into our design unless you have a clear image of something you have seen. I always like to start here to see what is trending or where I can go with my design. So this is just searching Etsy on Safari without Everbee. So let's just say I wanted to type in, we're going to do a Christmas something today because right now is the time to start getting your Christmas listings up for sure. So just typing in the word Christmas, we have Christmas gifts, all of these you can see. But this is all that you see. Now, when I hop over to Google Chrome, I do have the Everbee extension. Now, we talked about this a little bit on Monday. Tanner went into utilizing these tools for research. So this is the Everbee extension. We have an account. All I did up here on these three dots, if you are in Google Chrome, down here, where is extensions? Right here where it says extensions, you're just gonna visit the Chrome web store and download that Everbee extension, and then it's gonna pop up over here on the side, because now when I come up here and I type in Christmas, I'm gonna give it a minute. Look at that. Look at that. Now I can see all of the monthly searches for each individual Christmas whatever, whether it's I just have Christmas typed in, which this is not up there, but like Christmas search, we have over 2,100 monthly searches. Christmas sweatshirt, we have over 4,000 monthly searches. 4,000 monthly searches. Celia, this is exactly how I use Everbee. There is a lot more stats and a lot more numbers you can go into, but as a general overview, I like to look at the numbers on search to kind of guide me on what I may be creating, and then once I decide what I may be creating, I then like to take it a step further and look at the stuff under each listing. Yes, we do pay for Everbee. You do not have to, but we do pay for Everbee. We're on a growth plan, it looks like. I don't really know. I can't remember all of their plans, but we personally do. You do not have to. Everbee is Everbee, correct. So right here, just on this search, it's showing me over 4,000 monthly searches for Christmas sweatshirts. So I'm going to click on this because this is giving me pretty good stats. There are a lot of people searching for Christmas sweatshirts. So I'm going to click Christmas sweatshirt. And then from there, if you look underneath each individual listing, it is going to give you monthly sales, how many views it's had, your conversion rate, and then your listing age. So it has a few different things on here that are very important to look at when you are trying to decide what you want. So this has a very good conversion rate with a listing age of 12 months, but we are wanting to look for recurring themes and wanting to look for what is consistently selling, okay? So this one is a fairly simple design, and it looks like we have different images on the inside, but it is a customizable family name shirt. So we'll keep that kind of in the back of our head and then come back and see if we see anything else. I am seeing a lot of, okay, so we're seeing a lot of like family shirts. This one, I've seen a lot of the same like lettering with the Santa hat was down here. Here it is again. We're seeing a lot of Christmas trees, but we're not seeing those conversion rates. So I'm just gonna scroll and find one that has a pretty good conversion rate, and then we'll kind of go from there. Let's see, we have, once again, Christmas trees here, the stamps, which this is, it has a pretty decent amount of sales for this month. It doesn't have a super great conversion rate, but that could be for a few different reasons. So I know a lot of people have talked about, which we're not going to get into it, this is like a loss leader. We're not going to get this. They're putting this price at $9.99 to get you to click on that, which may be why it has a lower conversion rate. But we are just looking for inspiration. We are looking for inspiration, finding what we want. I'm seeing a lot of these letters. I'm seeing a lot of like customizable letters. We're staying away from anything Disney. I'm just going to go ahead and let you know that is, once again, do it at your own risk. We like to stay away from it. That is really cute, but it doesn't have the stats that I really am looking for. So I think after searching this page, I think I'm going to, let's see, let's go back to the drawing board, because all I'm seeing here from these sweatshirts, I'm seeing a lot of like this monogram, which we could go with. Actually, let's do that. But I'm going to make it my own. So we have this, it's got like a monogram. Let me click on it so I can show you guys. So this one, when we get closer, it just has like a letter, and then you have your customer type in what they want the name to be under it, and then you have a little Santa hat here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize AI to possibly create me a collection of letters, and then maybe even create me like a Santa hat that matches. So I'm going to go back over to Safari, and I'm going to show you how I go through this process. Deanne, what is the conversion rate you should be looking for? Okay, so 10% conversion rate is insane. It's probably not going to happen. A really good conversion rate, I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, Sadie, a normal good conversion rate would be anywhere between 3 to 5.
Yeah, I feel like that's a very
standard. And honestly, if you are sitting at like 1.5 to 2.5 or 1.5 to 3, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
That's not bad at all. But you're wanting to shoot for between 3 and 5. That is going to be a normal conversion rate. A 10% conversion rate is insane.
I would do anything to have a 10% conversion rate.
I mean, that's a 10% conversion rate is saying that for every 10 people that clicked on your listing, 1 person bought. That's honestly, that's a lot. We're wanting to have a lot of people view it, but it's one of those things, most people are going to view it, and then they're going to go do something else, and then they might come back to it later.
Yeah.
Yes. Conversion rate is how many people buy after clicking. Correct. So you're wanting to shoot for around 3. 3 is pretty good, especially starting out. Nancy, we've been talking about it. A conversion rate is how many people purchase your product after clicking on your listing. So one good example, for every 100 clicks you get 4 or 5 sales, would mean you have for 4 sales for 100 clicks, you're going to get a 4% conversion rate. So that is actually really, really good. Okay? So back to our share screen. What I like to do is, and you can see I've already been playing around with it, but I'm going to show you the process. So let me just go back out of here and we'll start a new chat, and then I may come back to that chat. What I like to do, because the beauty of AI is not in what you actually get, not in the image. It is the image you create, but it is the prompt that you give AI. That is what you are crafting. You are the crafter of the AI prompt, and your image is only going to be as good as the prompt you feed it. So until you get really comfortable creating AI prompt, I like to also utilize AI to create my prompts for me. Because if I just went in here and told AI, let's just do it. Let me just show you the difference. So I'm using ChatGPT for the most part today because I have trained this chat. I have worked with it, and that's something that you are going to have to do. You're going to have to train your chat, tell it what you like, make sure that it knows you and knows your style. But what you're going to do once you have signed in, which I do pay for a subscription, I'm just gonna be 100% transparent. I do pay for a subscription to AI just because we use it so much here in the office. I use it at the house for quick recipes, things like that. But what you're gonna do with this plus button when you are at the new chat, I'm going to scroll down here to where it says create image, okay? Now, this is just me showing you what you would think would give you what you want, just typing it in without being very descriptive, what it's going to give you. So remember, we are creating letters of the alphabet that we can use for a custom personalized sweatshirt, maybe family sweatshirts, that matching family sweatshirts. So in my brain, I want to say, I'm going to tell it, can you create me a full alphabet of Christmas inspired letters? Let's say we want, or I, doesn't matter, I want all letters to coordinate, but I do not want them to be the same. I like traditional Christmas colors with a whimsical font. I don't know. What should we, let's do a bold with a thick font. Christmas colors, and the font needs to be bold and thick. Okay, so this is just probably, if you are getting started with AI, what you might lend yourself to prompt it to give you something back. However, we're going to let this sit for a few minutes, and then I'm going to open up chat in a new window, and I'm going to show you what I do to position AI to make it work for me. Shalene says, I feel like I need a list of what's totally worth the paid version and what's perfectly fine with keeping the free version. Yeah, and also that's way more details than I use. See, I would use even more. I don't think that this is enough details. I don't think this is enough details. So what I like to do, and the reason that even if you think this is a lot of details, it's because I have been prompting AI and I've kind of learned how to prompt AI because I've done it so much. But when I first started, I liked to use ChatGPT to create my prompts. So here is a little trick that I learned. Without hitting this plus button. We do not want to do an image generation yet. I'm just asking chat, period, to create me a prompt. So, can you please create a prompt for me to use with AI image generation that will give me a full alphabet for me to use on personalized Christmas shirts and sweatshirts. I would like for all the letters to be capitalized, and I would like for all the letters to be similar and look like they came but different. Sorry, I'm typing all of this out and trying to look at this. In the traditional Christmas colors, and the style, and I'm going to say the style should be bold, and I'll see what kind of prompt it gives me. So now it is writing me a prompt, a very detailed prompt that I can now copy and paste. And yes, you can use the voice so you don't have to type. We don't have this connected to the voice. If I was on my phone, I always use the voice, and I just say it. So now we have this. Now it's asking me, would you like for me to make a variation prompt that gives each letter a different pattern texture? For example, a plaid one, polka dot, candy cane stripes. Yes, I would love that. And you can tell it to create, let's say, 3 or 4 different prompts in different styles, which we will go back and show you. So I'm going to come back over here. Here is our just plain one that we just typed in. Not bad. We've got 2 variations of E's. We've got a couple different S's. So this one is not terrible. It's fine. I don't like how the X and the Y are together, but it's okay. Not that bad. But let's go back to where we were at, AI prompt for image generation. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to come back to the new chat so that we can see the difference. I'm going to go to create image, and I'm going to paste that very detailed prompt. And I am going to read over it. Bold, festive, Christmas style. Each letter should be unique but clearly part of the same coordinated collection. The letters should be thick, easy to read, and perfect for use on shirts and sweatshirts. Traditional Christmas color palettes of rich reds, deep greens, creamy whites, touch of gold. Each letter can include subtle festive patterns or accents such as stripes, plaid snowflakes, holly leaves, candy cane stripes, or light distressing. But all should remain cohesive in style. Cheerful, modern, classic, balance between playful and polished. Each letter should have clean edges, minimal shading, and be presented on a white background with even spacing to display the full alphabet together in one image. That is a prompt if I've ever seen one. That is a prompt if I've ever seen one. So we're going to see what this gives us. And then I'm going to show you how I would then take that, put it into Canva, and finish my design, because we're not just taking this, okay? Stacy says, I was using chat until I used my time up, not on the paid, moved over to Gemini, finally told it chat was much nicer to me. It replied, I'm sorry, I understand your frustration. Listen, one thing about me is my please and thank yous and yes ma'am and yes sir still kind of bleed over to my AI. I can't help it.
That's so funny.
I can't help it.
You
I
gotta
say,
train it the right way.
I know. Okay, now these are cute.
That is really, really cute.
Now these are cute. Now the K is a little bit wonky. Actually, now that I zoom in, that M is a little wonky too. But we can fix that. We can fix that. Don't worry. Before I go any further, I was playing around with it. Here is another alphabet that I created that is more whimsical and bubbly. Look how stinking cute those are. I really like those.
So
and
cute.
then, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to download that one. So it's downloaded. I'm also, before I forget, I'm going to download this one here. And then what I want to show you guys is I'm going to come over here to my, no, I don't want to, let's see. That's not it. Here it is. I think this is it. Nope. 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 Haha, there we go. Okay. So here's what I wanted to show you. In this prompt, I said, can you please create a prompt that I can use with AI image generation? I did say bright and fun to be whimsical and rounded. Okay. So it gave me my first prompt. This one is the one that I used over here for the watercolor Christmas. Okay. That one. And then it asked me, would you like me to make a few alternative versions? Absolutely, I would. Yes, please. So they gave me, or chat gave me a #1 classic Christmas alphabet prompt, a gingerbread and candy Christmas alphabet prompt, a retro mid-century Christmas alphabet prompt, and then a pastel winter wonderland alphabet. And I'm a mid-century modern girl. I'm obsessed. So I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna come back over here. And while we play around with these, I'm gonna have chat create me a mid-century modern. And this right here is how we utilize AI, no matter what version you use, whether it's Gemini, Copilot, Playground, ChatGPT. We could go on and on and on. Whichever one you use, we're going to send our prompts in and we're going to keep working while it is generating images. So here is my mid-century modern prompt that I'm giving it for our letters. While I do that, I am going to open up Canva. Okay. Here is how I then take my AI prompts and turn them into designs that we can use. I'm going to create a new document. You're going to make it whatever size you want. We're just going to go down here to custom size. I've gotten to where I kind of stick with now if you're doing digital designs, you do have to have a very specific size aspect ratio. If you're just kind of playing around, I tend to go to the 2000 by 2000 pixels, either that or the 8.5 by 11, just because in my brain, I can visualize 8.5 by 11 more so than I can the 2000 by 2000 in size. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go with the 2000 by 2000. Now, what I'm going to do, bringing my Finder into view, I'm going to go to my downloads and I'm just going to pop both of these down here. And we will just go ahead and duplicate the page, get rid of this one down here, and get rid of this one here. So now, what I like to use, Tara says, so you used verbiage to ask to create a prompt and generate an image. Yes, so when I'm asking chat to create a prompt, let's go back here. You can see, because I want to make sure everyone Did we have sound? Okay, cool. Just making sure. I want to make sure we're all on the same page. I ask it, can you please create a prompt for me to then use with AI image generation? So I can then take that prompt and use it pretty much into any AI software because it's just creating a prompt for AI image generation. So back over here to Canva, what I like to do now is a couple different things. You can either, depending on how AI creates your image, you can have this just like it is, and now all you have to do is crop that, and I have my A for my design. Now I can start putting everything around it. Or let's say I'm ready to do something else, which this one, I feel like let's go back and let's just double check and make sure we have the background removed from this. So we're just gonna go ahead and make sure the background is removed because it was giving me, it looked white, but it wasn't super crisp and clear. So scrolling down here and like this now allows you to have the A separate. Let me zoom back out. And like I said, you can start creating your design around it. So one of the things had like a Santa's hat on the top. With these specifically, I don't think it's necessary. And what we could do is you could even create an alphabet, and let's do duplicate, which it is going to make it a lot bigger. So there are a couple different ways that we can do this. You can either crop it down, or we can use Canva to grab each individual letter, okay? So like I said, there's a couple different ways we can do this. Let me move this guy out of the way. So if you pay for Canva Pro, what you are going to do, if you want each individual letter separate, you can come over here to edit. Nakia says, can we do a petition for Canva for slice and offset buttons? I can agree. If you want to pull each individual letter out separately, I would come over here to Magic Grab. It's then going to highlight. Normally, okay, so there's the B. You see how it highlighted the B? Now all I have to do is grab that and watch what it does. When I come back, now the B is its own little letter. Now that center part of the B is still there, but you can erase that. Then if we come back over here, I can go back to edit, and we can go back to Magic Grab, and maybe I want the S next. So I'm gonna click on the S. Come on, honky. I want to click here. No elements. Okay. If that's the case, you can use your brush. And look, I'm just going to grab this guy right here. Grab. Now I've got the S by itself. Same thing. Now this is what takes a little bit of time if you are wanting to separate them out. We're going to go to brush. Let's get this H. I'm thinking of what I could do with this. We're going to grab that here, and then I'm just going to keep going because I have an idea for a design and how I want to show you how I like to utilize how my brain kind of works. So once again, we're going to brush. Now, once you do this, if you are creating a listing, a personalized listing, depending on how you set it up, you would have to come in here, not every single time, but once you separate these letters, you would have to set up the new design, send it for approval, yada, yada, yada. I just want to make sure you all see the possibilities. Oh, I don't mean to do the E. I want to go back. I meant to have this edit Magic Grab right here, and we're going to get this R real quick. We're going to do the brush. We're going to grab this R. like this. We're going to grab this. Jackie says, could you have asked for them to be separate images in chat? You can, but it's harder to get a collection of similar things. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this guy down here. And now we're going to move these around like this. I'm going to put my B down here. And now what I can do, are y'all seeing where I'm going with this? You can even move this around. We might put the S behind here, bring the H over here. I think I maybe want the H behind the S. We'll make it a little bit bigger. The E. Maybe even turn it just a little bit. We want to go, I'm going for whimsical here. Let's put that behind there. And that last but not least, the R. And let me size that one down just a smidgen. Move that. And now you have a custom Christmas sweatshirt or whatever that you can now take these same letters and create one for each individual person. Okay? I don't want you all to focus on sending for approval, all of that stuff. That is once you have created it. We are focusing on how you can utilize AI to create your own designs. Yes, Francis, you will be able to rewatch this as many times as you want. You will get a replay for this. So, I don't know if you all are as impressed with what you can do as I am, but this is how I like to utilize it and not steal someone's design, but take what I'm seeing as trending over and over and create something that fits. Now, what I could do, let's go over here to elements. I don't even have to, let's say we wanted to add like Christmas lights. Let's do watercolor Christmas. We'll do tree, lights. We'll do it all. Let's look. See what kind of fits with this with our theme. I don't think I want a tree. I think I want to go back to lights. I think I was on the right track with lights. But I think what we could do is add like little elements. Oh no. And I'm going to zoom in so you all can see a little bit better. If you are doing personalized listings and you are creating something like this, you would have to send it to someone who purchases for approval. But once again, we're not focusing on that, okay? We're just focusing on how we can utilize AI for designs. And I just had a personalized listing in my head. So now I can maybe spruce up this little E because I felt like it was missing something. Like it's yellow and it's cute, but it was for sure missing something a while ago. But now what I can do is add in these little elements that I found on Canva. And I might even move this guy down and then I'm going to cover it right there. And then this guy's going to go here and make him a little bit bigger, like that. And then move my R in front of everything. So now it looks a little bit more cohesive. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. Now, another thing, let's say it's not an alphabet, okay? Let's say we're not wanting to create an alphabet. Sadie, give me something else that we can create.
With AI?
Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Here is our mid-century modern, although what is up with that Y? Everything else is so cute, and then why is the J and the K together?
JK.
JK, I don't know. Anyway, this one is so cute, but it needs refining. So if this is the case and it needs refining, I love this. However, can you please separate the J letter and the K letter and fix the letter Y. We're going to see what it does. Yeah, the Y is insane. Okay, House of Cryptids. Would we need to check the tick box that this was created with AI, or can we get around with that by adding our own spin to it? So if you have utilized AI, that box is not saying everything was created with AI, but it is saying that you did have AI help you create it. So you do need to be transparent with your buyers. You're never trying to pull the wool over someone's eyes. Let's be clear. And then in your description, you can say, AI helped me generate pieces of the image. However, it is not all fully AI generated. And that's the way that you can get around that and still utilize AI, be transparent with your potential customers, let them know how you created it, and if they have any questions or edits they want to make, you can put that in your listing as well. So we're doing this. Another one that I do want to show you, another kind of AI software that you can utilize, is called Playground. This is a AI bot that has been specifically trained for image generation. So if you are, and this is, again, I would do the free version of this. I would, in my opinion, I would do the free version of pretty much all of them until I figured out which one I personally like the best. And then from there, I would bump into the paid version, because the paid version, if you like it the best out of the free version, the paid version is always going to be better. So with Playground, you can see there are different things that you can select to create. They also have really, really good templates to start with. So let's say, for example, we're doing a t-shirt. So here you can see these are all templates that you can start with and then go from here. So I'm trying to look and see maybe if there is one that sticks out to me that we could kind of make our own. Sadie, if you see any, or if anything sticks out to you, that we could change and make our own. You can also search, so these are going to be trending. You can search their new templates. These are cute. We could use that one. Ooh. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea.
Cute.
Okay. I love this design.
Yes.
I don't want it to be lobster. I want it to be Christmas. So,
yes.
Can you please keep the style of this design? Change the green portion to, we're going to swap the colors. So I like the blue and the red and the green together. I really do. We're going to flop the colors. We're going to change the green portion that's under the lobster to red and add a green Christmas tree with, we'll just do a Christmas tree with coordinating ornaments on it. So can you please keep the style of this design, change the green portion. I'm going to put behind the lobster to red. Take the lobster off and add a green Christmas tree with coordinating ornaments on it. And this is how you can take templates on Playground and just kind of change it up a little bit. Does anybody have any questions so far? Yes, Tara said that's the hat Tanner's been rocking. Yes, so Tanner went to a dinner that Playground hosted, and I will just go ahead and let you know, they have different versions you can play around with. They did have different models. So the 4.0 model actually uses ChatGPT, but they have really trained this bot to have some of the best image generations that you can get. So here, not really exactly what I wanted, but it's getting there. It's the same style. I would like for there to be more ornaments and a white border around the tree, separating it from the red background. But you can see how you can take a template and then just kind of tweak it. If you see that it's trending, you're like, ooh, I like this. It may have a lobster on it, but you're wanting to do Christmas. There are so many different ways you can go with this. Celia says, Leonardo is good for more advanced people. That is one that I have not tried, but I will have to check that one out. That is a very good question. So Home from Oz asked, if you just use AI for the descriptions, titles, tags, do you need to click the AI box? Do you click the AI box if you do tags, titles, and descriptions, or just your... Because I don't think that I do click the AI. I think that one's even...
I think it's pretty good.
It's okay.
It's better than the last one.
It's better than the last one, and it did exactly what I said.
Yes.
But it's fine. And this is all part of utilizing AI and kind of playing around with it. I don't think that I do. If I use it to help me write my descriptions, I think it's mainly for like your image creation.
Yeah.
But that I don't if I use AI for my tags, titles, and descriptions. Normally, I don't use it for my titles. I kind of use my brain power for my titles and what is trending. It's mainly just the description that I use it for. So because of that, I don't check.
Yeah.
Yes. I only do it for the art. Correct. But yeah, you can see, we'll go back to Explore or go back to templates. You can see how you can take templates. These are always really cool. I love doing, like this one is a really good template for cities that I've seen people do. But you can see how there are lots of templates to choose from, and you can kind of just tweak them the way that you want to. So yeah, now is the time for you all to ask any questions regarding AI. What is your biggest takeaway from today? What is one thing that you didn't realize you could do? I would love to hear it all. And how excited are you for your call if you've booked a call? Once again, if you haven't and you are at the Etsy Effect, I highly, highly suggest if you haven't applied or if you have and you have not booked your call, I highly suggest to go ahead and book your call now. While we are on this momentum, you have this momentum behind you. You're ready to get started. You don't want to lose that, because when you lose that momentum, you lose your energy to get it done. So you want to go ahead and get that call booked now. If you haven't, can you customize the template in Canva using AI? So you're asking if you can just download the template and then pop it over into Canva. Actually, fun fact, on Playground, all of their templates are free use. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I've not played around. I've not played around.
You've not played around with Playground? Yeah, so all of their templates, anyone can download their template. Obviously, I never suggest you do that, because if you have access to it, I have access to it, everyone else has access to it. What's the point at that point? You really want to customize it, but yes, you should be able to download a template from there and pop it into Canva if you have an idea of where you want to go for maybe a piece of it. Calls are this afternoon. Learned so much. I'm so glad that you all have learned something, and really what this call was set up for is to help take the, I don't know how to say it other than a lot of people are scared. So we're taking away that scary portion for you and showing you how truly transformative AI can be, how we're not using AI to copy someone's designs. Number one, we don't want to copy someone's designs, but we do want to find inspiration in what is selling. There is a big difference.
Huge difference.
You can also, if you are looking for a very specific style and you are not getting it just by your prompting, do not be afraid to to take a screenshot of an image and say, use this as use this as a template for the style that I want. You can use that along with a really good prompt. So many different ways you can utilize AI. The possibilities truly, truly are endless. We teach you, if you felt like you learned a lot today, once you get inside the program of Passive Earners Society, we teach you even more. This is just the beginning. There really is so much more you can do and utilize AI for. So I hope you all have learned something. In my call, I was started on yes, reach back, Tara, reach back out to the person that you were in contact with when you are ready, or you can email hi@makersgonnalearn.com. Victoria says, one thing I've learned, if you are getting frustrated, close and start over. Yes. If you are not getting the results that you want, don't try to keep adjusting one image. No. You need to close out, because here's what I have found. The more times that I go in there and try to adjust and change one image, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Close it out, start a new chat, start all over. It's so much easier wiping the slate clean and starting from the top rather than trying to just keep editing one image from AI.
For sure.
That's the way I've been doing it. I'm glad we're all on the same page. So, like I said, if you haven't applied or you haven't booked your call, make sure you get your call booked, because Q4 is the time to be on Etsy. Yeah. It is the time to be on Etsy. It is going to be the best Q4 ever. I can't wait to see what you all do. And once again, so glad that you all have been here with us today. We've had an amazing